didn't mean to do it, but he had my friend Bernie in a chokehold. I yelled for him to let her go. She couldn't breathe. Her eyes. Her eyes. She looked so scared. I'll never forget that look. How did I end up here? How did I end up here? Hey, officer, don't I get a phone call? Can you at least tell me if Bernie Davis is okay? They took her in an ambulance. My dad is not gonna like this. I can just hear him now. Sean, Sean, Sean. He always says my name 3 times when he's really disappointed with me. Sean, Sean, Sean. What did I say about going down to that protest? I said, don't go. You'll only end up getting beat up, tossed in jail, or worse, dead. Is that what you want, Sean? You want to die? Dad doesn't understand any of this. It was supposed to be a peaceful protest, a sit-in at the intersection of Market and Van Ness for a woman's right to choose. There were so many of us out there. Everywhere you look, people from all walks of life. Young, old, black, white. I saw a young brother carrying his baby girl in his arms. She had to be about 4 or 5. And his wife, she's walking right beside him with a defiant look on her face. We stopped traffic in all directions. Everywhere you look, cars and trucks at a standstill. I was proud to be a part of something so special. Bernie asked me to go. Yeah. I mean, not like she had to. After all, I am a card-carrying feminist. Don't laugh. Men can be feminists too. It's crazy how the government wants to control what a woman can do with her own body. I bet you dollars to donuts, if men could have babies, it'd be a whole new ballgame. Isn't that right, Officer Drake? Whole new ballgame. I mean, let's say you got pregnant, which it kind of looks like you already are. I'm kidding. Let's say you found yourself in a family way, as my grandma would say, and you didn't want a child. Maybe you weren't financially secure, or maybe you were in college and it would be too burdensome. Whatever the reason, I bet you'd be first in line at the clinic, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? My dad doesn't understand any of this. He never will. My granddad, if my granddad was alive, he'd be patting me on the back. Yeah, he was a real freedom fighter. He marched with John Lewis across the Pettus Bridge in Selma. God, the horrific things they must have seen that day. 2 days later, he was marching with Dr. Martin Luther King. Yeah. My dad and my granddad, they're nothing alike. Dad believes if you have a problem, you should take it up with the proper authorities in the proper manner. He never troubled the waters. Dad wouldn't send food back at a restaurant. He'd sit there and he'd eat it, no matter how much it was into his life. Dad and I just have different ways of being in the world, I guess. Hey, Officer D, still no news about my friend? Why won't they tell me something? I swear, if something has happened to her. You know, my dad, he thought Bernie and I, he thought we would get married and have a family together one day. Bernie thought so too. We grew up right next door to each other. When we were 15, we sit out on the steps and we picked through a home and garden magazine. Yeah. We critique all the homes. Bernie would say things like, what do you think? Think we'd be happy living here? She had dreams of building a family with me. I had to tell her, Bernie, I love you. Just not in the way you love me. She said she understood, and she looked up at me with those dull eyes and smiled. It was a smile that betrayed her disappointment. We're older now, but still as close as ever. So when Bernie asked me to go to this protest, of course I said yes. Of course. Bernie is not the type of woman that runs away from injustice. She runs towards it. We decided to dress in all black, head to toe. Of course, Bernie, she wanted to wear her favorite pink Converse high tops. We even made our own t-shirts. Hers said, my body, my choice. And mine said, yep, what she said, with a finger pointing right to her. It was supposed to be a peaceful protest. And then the cops showed up and everything went sideways. And someone, somewhere, they threw a bottle at the cops. Then there was a whole wall of cops around us. It was like a great blue wave just came crashing down on us. Screams and sirens and people screaming and running and then the smoke bombs and then I couldn't see. I couldn't breathe. I lost track of Bernie and then like an apparition, she just came running towards me through the dark gray smoke. She grabbed my hand and we both ran. We ran for about 4 or 5 blocks, so we had to stop and catch our breath. I looked at Bernie's face and it was covered in sweat and tears. We just stared at each other. Finally, Bernie said, let's go home. We didn't say much after that. We walked back to where she parked the car and her fists were clenched. We drove for a few blocks before we heard the blur of a siren behind us. I said, we better pull over. But it was like she didn't hear me. She just kept driving straight and staring at the road. I said, Bernie, pull over. And finally, she pulls into an empty parking lot. Her fists, her hands were gripping the steering wheel like she was trying to crush it. I tried to tell her, hey, it'll be okay. It'll be all right. Maybe we were just driving too fast. Maybe he'll just give us a ticket. Finally, after what seemed like forever, Cock gets out of his car and he starts walking towards us real slow. He had one of those good old boy faces too, if you know what I mean. He kneels down and peers into the car. He sees us wearing our protest t-shirts and his jaw's tight. License and registration. Bernie said, why? What did I do? License and registration. I'm not going to say it again. Bernie rifled through her fanny pack and she handed it to him. Wait here and do not exit the vehicle. And he walked back to his car. Bernie said he had no right to stop us. No right. I tried to put my hand on her arm to calm her down, but Bernie pushed my hand away, and then she got out of the car. She starts walking up towards the officer. What did I do? Why did you pull me over? Tell me why. The officer said, get back in the car. She said, I want to know why. He said, get back in the car. Bernie just kept repeating herself. Why did you pull me over? The officer took out his baton and swung it at Bernie. Bernie grabbed him in a bear hug. I just remember seeing them struggle. My heart was beating out of my chest. I don't know how much time it took me to get out of the car, but when I did, I saw Bernie's face. Her eyes bulging out of her head. Her mouth open like in a silent scream. I remember having this weird thought that she kind of looked like a black Jesus on the cross. The officer had her lifted off the ground in a chokehold. Her arms reaching out like she was reaching for somebody. Her legs crossed at the ankles. Her little Converse were barely touching the ground. Rest is a bit of a blur. I remember knocking the cop to the ground, and he let go of Bernie, then he started hitting me with the baton. I had visions of my granddad just before I blacked out. Next thing I know, I'm handcuffed in the back of a squad car, and they're taking Bernie away in an ambulance. I was the last I saw of her. Hey, Officer D, look, I know what I did was wrong, but Bernie, she was just trying to defend herself. Are you sure you can't tell me anything? Her name is Bernadette Davis. Please, please. You know something, don't you? What is it? Tell me, just tell me. She's what?